record the session, and that way we can do it. And for those of you that are joining us, and there may be others that will join us along the way, I am John Larson, the Tech Integrationist here at ECMAC, and Dihanna Fedder is going to lead us into learning a little bit more about Google. So now I'll turn it over to you completely, Dihanna. It's all yours.
Okay, hi everybody. I'm Dihanna Fedder. I'm the District Technology Integrationist in Pine City. I'm also a Google educator, levels 1 and 2, trainer, and innovator. So I like to keep on top of some of the newish things that are coming out with Google. They inkled a whole bunch of them in mid-February, and they're kind of been watching for things to roll into our domain and become available. So I just threw a link in there for a little presentation that I made just to keep us organized. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. And John, will you watch the chat to see if anybody comes in and repaste that? Thank you. So, and I'm specifically doing this presentation on my Chromebook because I wanted to be able to show some of the tools that are in here. So, so these are new-ish things from Google. So if we look at that slide 2, the screen recording, and I had to make a video of that, so we're going to come back to that at the end. So Google introduced rich text formatting in Google Classroom, and you can use it whenever you're creating an assignment, a quiz, and you can just make what you say looking nicer. So let's go ahead and try it, and I'm just going to go to a classroom and demonstrate it. And you'll see I have a whole bunch of classes here. I just go to my sample class, and teachers are going to see it, and they'll see it in everything. But they're going to see this little bar down here. And it's very simple. You can't do a ton of fancy stuff, but you can do way more than you could before. So you can bold things, you can italicize, you can underline, and you can create bulleted lists. And of course, this just removes any formatting that you had. So that's new. And they can use that even when creating an assignment, it is going to appear. So teachers have been asking for that to stand out so that they could create those kinds of things. So that's one of the new things. In Google Meet, the other new things that have come out is to end the meeting for all, and you can mute all. Now understand, when you mute all, the individuals still retain the power to unmute themselves. So make sure that you know that ahead of time. The other fun thing that is out now is the ability to set up breakout rooms in advance, which is super handy if you're going to use them. So I want to check it out, and the way you're going to do it is to go to your calendar. Actually, here, let's go over here and do create a new event. So I like to name these things with time, just because then that helps me get everything set up. You're going to add a Google Meet. Then you're going to, I'd like to click this more options so it's bigger for me to see. I'm going to add a few guests. We'll add Matt Baker and a few of our fake accounts here that we have here at school. And we just use these for various things. So now if I go right here to this handy dandy sprockety wheel, you see that I have 2 things. And the new one is breakout rooms. So now I can set them up ahead of time right here. So I can set them up, I can shuffle them, I could have them in whatever kind of order I want to. I can rename this one if they're always group 1 and do that. If I want to reuse it, I could certainly save this appointment and make it a repeating appointment for the time of the class. So I'm going to go ahead and save this. The other thing I want to show you right here under this sprockety wheel is host controls. In Pine City, we've had a few kids hijack old meetings and use those because they could still get into them. And if teachers are using the calendar to create a meet with students, we encourage them to turn it off. So I would turn off quick access here so that the students couldn't get in without my approval. And they can go back and do this retroactively if they suspect that there's a Meet that students are using this from, 2 months ago. So I'm just going to leave it on here for this purpose. Now we're going to see how well this will work by having 2 Meets open. This might totally fail, but if it does, I'll come back. So I have I got to go into that Meet, save this. I'm not going to send the invites. And now I can go to my 7:34 meeting and I can join it. And if I go to the Meet toggle, I can start to see the breakout rooms. And there I can see once they come in, so I click up the setup, there's my Meets already set up and they are ready to go. So I would just open the rooms and move around as needed. So I'm going to shut that Meet and get out of there and go back. So that's one of the new things that people have been asking for. You can't do it from Google Classroom, but you can certainly start it out in Calendar. Virtual desktops. So this magic, I call it the multi-screen button. Now, if I go here, you can see right up here that I can add some other desktops. So I could have a screen as a classroom teacher. I might have one that's all of my administrative stuff, my attendance, my email, my gradebook, what have you. And then I could have my English 9 class, and then I could have my English 10 class. And so I can go ahead and have those without having students having to see all my tabs that I have open. Because maybe I have my bank account open or my utility bill open and I need to see that. So that's super handy. Another one I have here before we go back to screen recording is grouping tabs. I really like the idea of this. And I use it on my work screen quite often. So if I do a right click or a 2-finger tap on the tab, I can add tab to new group. So I could say that this is school. So, and then I can enter, I've got it. So now I can collapse this tab. And so now all of the tabs that I add to that are collapsed. And when I want to go work on them, I can open them up again. And to add another one, I can just right click on it and I can add a tab to the group. And now that tab is in there. And again, I can close it. I can reopen it when I need it. Super handy when you're working on a project. Like I'm working with senior class graduation stuff for the program and collecting pictures. So I have a tab on my workspace that has all of that senior class stuff. And it can be 6 tabs that I have open. And that's a lot of acreage when you're talking tabs. So I can now collapse it and go ahead and push back that open when I need to use it. Okay, let's go back and look at the screen recording tool here. And I'm going to play this video for you because it's really hard to show you screen recording during this. And it's just a short video. And then we will come back to this.
Hi everyone, I want to share with you the new screen capture tool that is now a part of Chrome OS 89. So this is available for anyone with a Chromebook. So let's check it out. So I'm gonna go right down here to the control panel, open that and click on screen capture. So this is gonna come up and you'll see right down here, I can switch from a regular camera or I can switch to video. And right here in the middle is going to be the prompts that I need. So if I only want to focus on a little bit, I can sure do that. So I'm going to go right here, focus on that. On second thought, there's some other things that I want to show you. So I'm going to go with the full screen and it says click anywhere to start recording. It's going to give me that countdown. And now I'm actively recording this screen twice, one through Screencastify and the other through the screen recorder, because I wanted to be able to show you these tools. So I can keep recording, and right here now, when I'm done recording and doing whatever I want, I bump into this shelf, I'm going to see that red dot. All I need to do is click that, and that will stop recording. And so then it's going to be saving it onto my Chromebook, where I can then upload it into my drive. So let's see if it's there yet. It'll take a couple minutes depending on how much that you have built. So right here, I'm going to click on recent. And it's just now starting to create. You refresh that again. Because it is 2:40. Let's take a peek. There it is. And now I'm actively recording this screen twice, one through Screencastify and the other through the screen record. So there you go. Your next step would be to go ahead, if you want to move it into Drive, you would simply open up your Drive by going to drive.google.com and then adding it to your uploads by just doing a file upload and then going into your video files and going ahead and grabbing that one. And then you can rename it and share it and do whatever you need to do. So I hope that helps. It's a great new tool.
Okay, so the screen recording is nice. I will still say that I still prefer Screencastify. So that's what I have, but I have one more little bonus tool that I've discovered that, and I just absolutely love it. And that's YouTube Transcripts. YouTube now is transcripting and creating, and they may have been for a while. So if I take any video,
Hi everyone.
and I'm just going to pause it, I'm going to go right down here to these magic 3 dots that always mean more, and I can open that transcript. Give it a second to load, and then I can Control F, and I can find any time I say the word background. So now I know that at second 41, I begin to talk about backgrounds. And when I insert it in a slideshow, then I can use formatting options and tell when I want it to start and when I want it to stop, so that I can view those things and just get the right little nuggets of information. This is good for staff. This is good for students if you're talking about a review process and you want to, they want to get right to the point when you talked about the mineral or what have you. So, like I said, I don't want to take up a lot of your time, but there are a few new-ish tools from Google. Does anybody have any questions? Okay, there's my 10-second pause. So that's okay. That's okay. I hope you picked up something, and or maybe something came to the top that you might try using or recommending with someone else. So if you have any questions ever, just feel free to drop me a line. Valerie says that new screen recording is for Chromebooks. It is a Chrome OS feature, Valerie. So with version 89, and you have to make sure that you're on a Chromebook and your Chromebook is up to date to at least version 89, so students can make screencasts as well with your student Chromebooks.
Diana, I just want to express I've had some problems with the rollout of things. Of course, it doesn't roll out to every user at the exact same time. We're trying to use breakout rooms with over 100 and some people today for a little summit we're doing. Not all users can be added prior to the event, and I haven't figured out why.
Well, we practiced with our domain only, so because I knew that that's where we had it for sure, because we have the enterprise.
Right, right. And what's strange to me is that I have 2 users from the same domain. One I can add, and the other one I can't.
Well, they could be in different organizational units too. That something could be blocked.
Yeah, so something's happening. We don't know what it is. But.
Have them, I don't know, have the Google admin check to make sure that they're set right.
We've done that. It seems like they're the same, but
yeah.
anyway.
Who knows? It's the magic of Google sometimes.
Yes, it is.
Sometimes perplexing. So anyway, if there's not anything else, then I'll let you guys go and educate the masses. So have a good day. Bye, everybody.